Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we have an exciting video lined up for you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an update from our channel.
Guys, in this video, we will be learning what is encapsulation in Python. Encapsulation in Python describes the concept of building data and methods within a single unit. So for example, when you create a class, it means you are implementing encapsulation. A class is an example of encapsulation as it binds all the data members and method into a single unit. That is very simple. In Python, we do not have access modifiers such as public, private, and protected, but we can achieve encapsulation by using prefix single underscore, right? This underscore and double underscore to control access of variable and method within the Python program. Okay, now let's see encapsulation with an example. We are going to define a new class that is employee, right? Here we have to see what is access modifiers in Python first. Okay, we are going to create one variable that is called age. If any variable is starting with a single underscore, so these type of a variable called as protected members. Okay, protected members. So this type of variables starting with underscore can be accessed in their class and the subclass. Okay, so these are the protected members. Okay, if you see this type of variable, they are always public. Okay, without any underscore or double underscore. So those variable are called as public variables, public members, you can say. Okay, we have other type of variables that is double score. Let me take salary. So salary is a very confidential thing for employee. Okay, so for this kind of variables or a member, we always use the private double underscore with the variables, right? So all three type of access modifiers here, let's see how they will work. Okay, so let me take one more function, register. Why I have created this new function? Because this registration function is a common, it's a public. For example, there is Amazon web application. If somebody wants to register themselves on the Amazon website, so they can simply call the register method in the application code, so that register method would be public, right? So this is a case of public access modifiers, right? And this method is encapsulated in this employee class. Okay, let's say we want to get the salary of the employee, self and dot underscore salary, right? Any employee will be having a function wherein finance guy in the company can easily call it and get the salary of any employee. So this type of function, this type of functionality is encapsulated in the same class. This is for public use, okay, and this is for limited access. Okay, now we will see. Let's create a instance of this class e equals to employee, the register method easily from this object because it is built for public use, right? That's why we can call it easily. Similar way, we can call the get salary details even. But this method can be available for limited users, limited finance guy in the company. Let's run the program. So output is printed. Now, if you notice here, both two methods are bundled into a single unit, right? In this unit, okay. So you have hidden the functionality of each methods, right? If any user want to register on the application, on web application, so this register functionality is hidden into this unit, into employee unit. Similarly, if we want to get the salary of the employee, so getting the salary, all the logics behind it are hidden into this method, into this single unit, and we have bundled those functionality into this unit, in this employee. So this is called an encapsulation. Let's say if you want to access the private variables, okay, like salary outside the class, you cannot achieve it. Salary, you see, salary is not accessible while age is accessible. It is accessible, right? If you print it, it will be printed. Either it can be accessed in the class or in the derived class, but it can also be accessed outside the class. Public members can be accessed anywhere outside the class. E.name, this can be accessed via class instance. You see, E.name, it is also accessible because it is public, right? If you want to access this salary private variables outside the class, then let's see what will happen. It will raise an error e dot. Okay, this is the same name. Let's try to print. You see, so this salary is not accessible outside the class. This is the private variable, private member of this class. We cannot access it. Okay, so these are the access modifiers in Python. If you want to get more details on access modifiers, so please watch my previous video. Okay, now let's see name mangling to access private members. Even though Python does not allow to access private variables outside the class, okay, so here I would like to show you how to use private variables outside the class through name mangling. Okay, so you have already declared one private variable salary which is not accessible outside the class through its instance variable, but we can directly access private and protected variables from outside of a class through name mangling. Okay, the name mangling is created on an identifier by adding two leading underscores and one trailing underscore, like class name, print, let me say, single underscore, then employee, then two underscore, let's say salary. Okay, so this way we can achieve the mangling, okay, name mangling, and we need to add our instance variable name, right? Let's see, let's run the program. Okay, salary is not printed like that. We have to comment it out, then run the program again. You see, our salary is printed in the first line, in the first print statement. It is clear. So it is called a name mangling, but this type of access should be used in some specific cases. Okay, It is not recommended, it is not best practice. Always follow the best practices. Private should be only placed within the class. Protected should be accessed in the same class or derived class. Public can be accessed anywhere outside the class, anywhere you can. In subclass, derived class, anywhere you can use the public. Okay. Now let's see the third type of controls in encapsulation, that is getter and setter, right? To implement proper encapsulation in Python, we need to use setters and getters. The primary purpose of using getters and setters in object-oriented programs is to ensure data encapsulation. Use the getter method to access data members and the setter methods to modify the data members. Did you get the point? Okay. In Python, private variables are not hidden fields like in other programming language. Okay. The getters and setters methods are often used when one case when you want to avoid direct access to private variables, right? You can define a setter, okay, or getter on one private fields, on one private member of the class, right? That is the first point. Second point is to add validation logic for setting a value. Sometimes we need to define a validation message on setting some values of a class members, right? Let's say there is a age variable in the class like this. So there should be a message if age is 0 as inputted, then validation message should be appear to the user. Okay, let's see how it works. To use getter, what we have to do, we have to just create a method like get underscore age. Okay, this is simple method which will be returning the age only, right? Nothing else. Okay, like self dot age. Okay, so this is the getter method. This is the getters. Okay, if you want to get the age from this instance variable, you can easily print like print e dot get age. This is a simple, it will only return the age to us. Okay, let's run the program. This is called a getter, right? 30 age is printed in the first statement. Okay, if we talk about the setters, how we can set the setters like def set. Set we can use as a word. Okay, and we can say age self, and we can say self dot age. It could be a age which will be passing from here, right? So age, right? You see, in this protected variable we have set the age which will be passing from the instance variables. Okay, let's see. If I see e dot set age, you see, so I am saying 40, and then I'll be printing the statement after. Let me cut it here. Okay, first what I have done, I have first created the setter for this age. To set the age, we will be passing the parameter value, and after setting the age like this, okay, with the help of instance variable, we'll be getting the age through the getter function, right? Let's run the program. Okay, so if you see, the age 40 is printed. Okay, initially it was set as a 30, but after changing it, okay, through the set method, then we retrieve its age, it became 40. Did you get the point? It is very easy to use setter and getters in the Python. So this is the form of getter and setter in Python. Very easy. In getter, we have to just say any name. Okay, and we have to retrieve the private variables values from the getter. So we can access the private variables through the getter like this. Okay, and we can set the private variables through the setters also. In setter we have to pass on the value of the variable and then we have to set its private variable. It is very simple to use setter and getter in Python. So this form is also a part of the encapsulation. So we are combining our all the functionality, our all the business logic into a single unit, which is known as encapsulation, right? So there is other alternatives to use getter and setter behaviors. This is called as a decorator. We have the property decorator in the Python, so we'll be covering those property decorator concepts in our upcoming videos. Okay.
That brings us to the end of the today's video. We hope you found it informative and engaging. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content on all things tech related. Thanks for watching and we will see you in the next video.